Okay. I was out with I just want to shill for probably the unlikeliest thing to have shills, and that's, well, maybe it has shills, but you know, the thrift chain store, the chain of thrift stores known as Goodwill, has given me good stuff repeatedly, and I want to express my gratitude for it. Everyone likes going to Goodwill. There's a little bit of fun in going into the completely random thrift store and seeing what the local area has donated to the store. You know, if I go to some distant area that has a Goodwill, I might swing by and check it out. And you know, I was out at one Goodwill where, you know, it's higher density area, more stuff, and I got a big pressure cooker for $12, and it works. That's nothing. Pressure cooker, $12. And today, I really needed a tripod. So I drove to the nearest Goodwill, and I sat and I waited. I watched some electrician courses for about 40 minutes waiting for Goodwill to open, because I just felt like they would have a tripod, because I've seen tripods there, and sure enough, I got this. I got a tripod for $6. Sure enough, I tested it. They let you test and try things out in the store, and it does fit that camcorder. And I really needed a new tripod anyway, because that tripod I bought from Best Buy was dog shit. It was really thin and fragile. Like, I wanted to pay a lower price, so I got the shitty Chinese sweatshop one that, you know, starts to bend and it can't handle actual, you know, outside recording. But then look at this thing. This thing is that shitty tripod that fucking broke so easily. That was like, I think that was like $60. And I bought it like 2 years ago. And it's really fucking beaten up, and not much has happened to it. And then you look at this fucking thing. This was $6. This is like a heavy duty one. Like, it's really thick. Look at that thick girth. And it's really tall too. It's strong and tall, which are what all women look for in a tripod. Look at that. And it gets longer. This thing is almost as tall as I am. That's amazing. And it's strong. These locks, they're not fragile. They're strong, heavy duty, actually usable. Bam. It's like this was donated by someone that didn't want it anymore. And it's better than shit that you buy off the shelf. Like, I went to Goodwill expecting a tripod. I found an amazing tripod for $6 and a fucking pressure cooker for $12. That was like, this thing is like almost twice the size of of a pressure cooker I bought at Walmart. Yeah, like, it's always a gamble. You're not always going to find stuff, but, you know, it's a fun little hobby, I guess. A little activity that we all like. Like, hey, it's almost like a hangout thing sometimes. Like, hey, let's go do something. You know, want to go to Goodwill and see if they got something. But the one fucking thing that I haven't gotten from Goodwill, like, I keep looking for like a leather trench coat because I want a fucking trench coat or a duster. I've found a trench coat once a long time ago, like 10 years ago. It was like a Hot Topic trench coat it was like a vampire trench coat, and some fucking kid stole it from me. It was bullshit. It was like, and I actually wore that shit outside because I just didn't give a fuck. And I was always surrounded by friends. So, like, if you have like 5 to 10 people around you, no one can stop you from wearing a vampire trench coat. But, like, I don't want to spend like $400 for a leather trench coat or something. I want to spend like $60. That's what it would be at at Goodwill. There's other thrift stores. Goodwill is just, you know, the chain store. But I like Goodwill. I appreciate what Goodwill does for communities. I appreciate that people donate to it and that it sells it to poor people at a very cheap price. And, you know, the actual, like, Goodwill actually, part of its, what do you call it, morality for hiring people is, like, they will take in homeless people, and, you know, like, Goodwill is also, like, it's so, like, homeless people, they can buy suits there, they can get a suit from there and stuff. And, you know, Goodwill helps you a little bit, helps you, like, get out of a rough patch. It's not reliable. It's not like all poor people are saved and all we got to do is work at Goodwill. It's just a little bit helps. Because otherwise, you know, crime waves. And I know that people in real life watch this, and you agree with me that Goodwill is nice to have, and it's fun to go there and look for things that people throw out and donate. You know, they got nice clothes. They might have a cool coat, like a trench coat. They might have some books there. I've got some books there for once, like they sell books for like $1 or $2. You can get shoes from there. It's a thrift store, like all thrift stores. But, you know, Goodwill is, you know, the big brand that people like. And I do like it. I like that they gave me this and a pressure cooker for pocket change. God, it's hot as balls here. And I can't open these windows because I'm literally watching these bees like just ram into the windows over and over. Look at them. They're just trying to get the fuck in here over and over. Can't open. Damn it. Fucking bees. Yep, there was another one. Happened again. So yes, I'm gonna use this tripod from now on. This will be a lot easier than that fucking piece of shit that I was using. And maybe one day I'll upgrade this fucking camcorder. Like, if you haven't noticed, the last couple of videos were 720p. And it would not fucking do it right. It just randomly decides to fuck up the video format several times. It's awesome. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Nah, it's too recent. I at least want a 1080p. Don't really care about 60 FPS. Whatever. Fucking battery on that thing sucks, too. Anyway, it's nice to see some goodwill in communities. And have something to do. There's not a lot of things to do. We don't... I can't talk about it. Whatever. Thanks, bitches.